President Jonathan Nez, welcome back to New Mexico in Focus.
Hey, thank you for having us, Antonio, and all your viewers. Good day to everybody.
And President Nez, you joined us back in March of 2020, shortly after COVID-19 hit the Navajo Nation. Tribes now in another wave. The Navajo Nation has been recognized nationally for its fight against the virus, which has included some really strict measures, stay-at-home orders, lockdowns, curfews, mask mandates. How has the tribe, with more than 150,000 residents in 3 states, been able to fight the virus as we're seeing the numbers flatten now?
First of all, I just want to say thank you to our Navajo citizens. They have been very open to the strict protocols that we have put in place. Our nation has been hit hard with the virus, and the Navajo people respected and honored their public health professionals by listening these recommendations that have come from the Department of Health and Human Services, through the CDC, and through our Health Command Operations Center, our Indian Health Services, our 638 facilities on the Navajo Nation. So all the recognition should go to our Navajo people for doing that. Of course, we as leaders have listened, and we have been surrounded by experts in public health as well as in science. And when they recommend certain things for our people, we put it into policy, regulations, and laws. And that's what I truly believe has saved many, many lives here on the Navajo Nation. But don't get me wrong, over 800 people lost their lives to COVID-19 on the nation. And our thoughts and prayers go out to each and every one of them, their families, for going through these difficult times. But as a nation, we are united in our efforts to push back on COVID-19. And 80%, I say over 80% of our Navajo people have followed the protocols that have been put in place. Of course, you have some that don't tend to listen, but I think overall our culture, our way of life teaching has assisted in respecting one another through these trying times, and really commend the Navajo people for honoring and respecting authority.
And can you talk a little bit about the vaccine rollout, healthcare right now? You've done frontline workers, vulnerable populations. You yourself and some other tribal officials have received the vaccine, and now elders are getting the vaccine. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. We received, let me go step back a bit. We've been advocating here on the Navajo Nation that we should receive the doses at the same time every state throughout this country receives those vaccines. And I think with the tribal leaders' advocacy and Indian Health Services advocacy, we were able to get the Pfizer vaccines the same day that the rest of the country received their vaccines. And that's commendable. And I want to say thank you to the tribal leaders throughout the country who have advocated to keep our people safe and getting the vaccines. Of course, those are for those that want it. We're not forcing people to get the vaccines. It's voluntary. Here on the Navajo Nation, Pfizer, we have a relationship with them. Over 200 residents of the Navajo Nation have been a part of the clinical trials for Pfizer and BioNTech, and about 80% of those are Navajo people. And so we know that the efficacy is there, and first and second doses, 95% pushing back on the virus is good statistics. And Even our own Navajo professionals, our Navajo medical doctors, have really advocated that our Navajo citizens get vaccinated. And so there's been a big interest here on the Navajo Nation to take the vaccine. Of course, you might have known New Year's Eve, myself and other leaders of the nation and IHS leaders took the Pfizer vaccine. And the reason we did that was, of course, the first phase 1A were healthcare professionals and those that are on the front lines in the healthcare field got their vaccines, got their shots. And of course, they're well informed of, the side effects, what goes into the vaccines. As we started to go to phase 1B, our elders and our high-risk patients, there was beginning to be a lot of questions, a lot of hesitancy from our elders to not take the vaccine. So, as a leader of the Navajo Nation, I thought it was important for us to roll up our sleeves as leaders and to bring some confidence to the shot, the vaccine, and so that our elders could, have some comfort that, at least their leader, their top leader, and the lawmakers, IHS leaders as well, took the vaccine so that they can be able to be covered, protected from catching this virus. So overall, we received 26,000 doses thus far as of today. And out of that 26,000, 18,000 have been put into the arms of our Navajo citizens. So that's about 68% of these doses going into the arms of our people, which is a very high percentage compared to the rest of the country. And so our goal is whoever wants the vaccine, based on the prioritization, we want them to be able to get the vaccine if they want. And as we move down, I think we're going to be going into essential workers, government workers, businesses as well. And so this helps us as leaders advocate to the federal government for more doses to come to the Navajo Nation, because we can show the track record. I can say now, today, to the federal government that 68% of the total doses that came to Navajo have been put into the arms of our Navajo citizens.
President Nez, you had mentioned unity a few minutes ago, and you're not only encouraging Navajo citizens to stay vigilant in their fight against COVID-19, but you encourage exercising, eating well, but also to avoid any kind of negativity. We're seeing so much division in the U.S. right now. You denounced violence at the U.S. Capitol. So what's your message of unity to Navajo citizens?
Well, the enemy is not our neighbors, or our enemies is not with one another. The fight is not with one another. The enemy is COVID-19. And in our way of life teaching, that's the monster. That's the modern day monster that we are supposed to focus on, to push back on, to fight against. And I think if we can all recognize that throughout this country, that the fight isn't with one another. The fight is against this unseen virus that has come into our homes, our communities, in our country, in our tribal nations. I think people will have a different outlook if they can take a glimpse through an indigenous lens like us. I think it would be helpful to recognize that our true enemy is COVID-19. And that is the reason why I believe our way of life teaching and our culture, utilizing that, has really helped us in pushing back on this virus here on the Navajo Nation. As you know, Antonia, Navajo people since time immemorial. There's stories about the hero twins, monsters coming in to take over the people and demolish and devastate them. And yet there are heroes that were sent to fight off these monsters. And today it's no different. We have modern day monsters. We got COVID-19, we got diabetes, we got heart disease, cardiovascular disease. We have domestic violence, sexual violence. You know, these modern day monsters are there, but we do have the weapons to combat the enemy. And for instance, for COVID-19, if you're going into battle, you have to be equipped, or you have to have the armor to fight off your enemy. And one of the pieces of armor is a mask, is to wash your hands with soap and water, to social distance, and to stay home. In our tradition, home is the place where sovereignty begins. And then we delegate that to others. For instance, in an election, we delegate our individual sovereignty, our inherent sovereignty, to an individual to make decisions on our behalf. And those are our lawmakers and the president. And that's how we view things through our lens as Indigenous peoples here in this country.
Well, thank you for sharing the resilience of the Navajo Nation and Indigenous people across the country. President Jonathan Nez of the Navajo Nation, thank you for joining us again on New Mexico PBS.
Thank you for having us, Antonia. God bless everyone.